ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock. Rachel Polanski and Kate Thornton here with you on this Monday, January 12th. Ryan has the morning off. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, I had a fresh coating of snow on the ground.
Nice little coating. Still some grass poking through, but not that bad. But whoa, was it cold?
It was
like
cold.
You can just like feel a little bite, and then I'm just like, well, it's going to be even colder at the end of the week. So we're just kind of returning to January. No more of the January thaw like we had last week with the rain and whatnot. That just turned into a muddy mess. So here's what we're looking at with the radar. We had some light snow overnight. That's now moving up and out of here. But we have new snow that's going to kind of reorganize itself and mostly hang out east of Lake Ontario from Jefferson, Lewis, and Oswego counties. The Tug Hill going to pick up a few inches of snowfall by the end of the day. Right now, we're sitting in the 20s to near 30 degrees. It's breezy outside. We're going to keep that wind with us, and that's going to make it feel more like the teens and 20s and mostly cloudy for most of central New York.
We begin with protests that have made...
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Well, a very good Monday morning. Look how festive it looks down at Onondaga Lake Park with lights on the lake going. It's your last chance to see the festive lights. Oh, it's always a great tradition for Central New York. And so it's going to be a very nice evening to go look at them as well. We're waking up this morning in the 20s to near 30 degrees, so it's a bit chilly outside. This time yesterday, it was actually pretty mild. Cold front came through. We had our rain changing over to snow, and we'll keep it seasonable for this time of year. Our temperatures today holding steady in the mid-30s, but we do have a gusty wind coming from the west-southwest, and so that's going to make it feel more like the 20s today. So you want to bundle up as you are out and about for this afternoon with our highs ranging in the low to mid-30s. Now, because we have that gusty wind with that colder air blowing over the lake, that's going to keep some lake effect alive. We still have some light snow hanging on this morning. Some of you, I know me personally, the road getting out of my neighborhood and whatnot, it was very icy. So a lot of secondary roads, untreated roads, they may be a little slippery for you. Still dealing with some passing flurries, but later on today, our lake effect mostly taking aim at the Tug Hill Plateau area. Could see as much as 3 to 6 inches of snowfall by tonight, and then by tomorrow morning, some spots could see as much as 5 to 6 inches of snowfall right in the heart of the Tug Hill, with lesser amounts to even nothing from Syracuse and south. So let's take you through on our timecast. We've got plenty of clouds around today, very, very limited breaks in the clouds, mostly down in the southern tier, and our lake effect snow is mostly concentrated Jefferson, Lewis, Oswego counties from Pulaski to Loudville, Watertown, and the North Country. That's where you'll find some snow coming down at a decent pace to certainly be a nuisance and slow you down at times. Nothing really any too crippling going on up there, but it will certainly freshen things up and kind of help rebuild some of the snowpack that you lost maybe last week with how warm it was and the rain, especially for the snowmobilers. They'll be happy about that. Not much happening tomorrow. There's tiny little hints of sun for tomorrow, not much. Still plenty of cloud cover. We'll watch out for a few showers trying to sneak in here towards sunset tomorrow night with a little bit of a mix of rain and snow kind of moving on through. And we'll start off quiet on Wednesday before more rain and snow showers kind of developing during the day with temperatures in the 40s on Wednesday. But that'll quickly turn colder and changing over to some snow as we are watching very carefully what transpires at the end of the week. So there's indication that there's a chance at possibly a nor'easter coming up the coast. So what does that mean for us? If it's close enough and intense enough, well, it's going to produce several inches of snowfall. But if it stays farther out and not quite as intense, well, we'll see probably less than a handful of inches around here. But enough where we're watching Thursday carefully for chances of snow again. Friday's quiet but cold, and we'll have occasional snow showers happening this weekend with highs near 30.
Right now it is 5:14. More local news coming up at 5:30.
First, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, our temperature's a little all over the place again this week. We have highs today in the mid-30s, running a little bit above average. And then we do have some 40s in our forecast for both tomorrow and on Wednesday. With that will come more chances of some rain mixing in with a little bit of snow at times. And then our temperatures come down. We have a system off the coast that we're watching very carefully for Thursday. That's what's drawing in the colder air. And if things line up just right, we could be dealing with some widespread snow around here on Thursday. So we're watching that day carefully. We'll keep you updated as the week goes on. Getting the car wash, getting all the salt and grime off. Not bad today. Even tomorrow, a good chunk of the day tomorrow was dry. It's tomorrow evening, and then on Wednesday, we're in and out of some rain and some snow showers. As far as the wind goes today, it is going to be a bit breezy, but our wind gusts right around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So nothing really too much to take a trash can flying all over the place, but enough with those recyclables. Just keep an eye on. Our snow today is mostly up in the Tug Hill. This is through 7 o'clock tonight, right where the counties come together, as much as 3 to 6 inches, and tacking on a few more inches through tomorrow morning. For the rest of the week, our next best chance of snow, again, happening on Thursday. That's what we're watching for that nor'easter. Things are quiet but cold on Friday, and we'll have another opportunity at snow showers over the weekend.
For the first time in morning.
We have 30 degrees currently at the Syracuse airport. A little bit of some light snow still kind of moving on through here this morning. It's a bit breezy too. We have that winds right around 14 miles per hour from the west, which is making it feel even colder this morning. We have mid-20s to near 30 degrees. Colder than we were this time yesterday when we were near 40 degrees. Then our cold front came through, and that's brought the chilly air back our way, but more seasonable. In fact, the air temperature technically above average for this time of year by a little bit. But when you factor in that gusty wind we have going on today, it's going to feel more like the 20s. So another breezy day today, but a lot of quiet time for most of us. Some of you, though, we're getting ready for some more snow. We've had some light snow showers between Oneida, Rome, and Utica. A little bit of some light snow in parts of Oswego County, but we have winter weather advisories for Oswego, Jefferson, Lewis counties, because that's where we are expecting about 3 to 6 inches of snowfall right in the heart of the Tug Hill by the end of the day today, and tacking on a few more inches overnight through tomorrow morning, with lesser amounts to almost nothing once you go outside of that lake band. So let's show you how this forms. So here's the light snow that we're seeing this morning. That's going to eventually kind of strengthen and lift farther north and hang out between about Watertown, Pulaski, and over towards Montague and Lowville. And that's where our snow will remain throughout the day today, and up near the international border as well. Northern St. Lawrence County, you'll be dealing with some of this snow as well. Once you go outside of that, we just have a chilly, cloudy, normal January day around here. Nothing really of note for Syracuse, the Thruway, and points out. Maybe a little bit of snow in some spots in Madison County overnight, but that's really about it. Otherwise, the snow kind of fizzles out tomorrow morning, giving us a fairly quiet day during the daytime. Tomorrow evening, we'll have a little bit of some rain snow trying to get back in here because our temperatures are rising back up to near 40 degrees. And we have more 40s on Wednesday. We're thinking, oh, we're doing this again. Well, a little bit. For today and tomorrow, we have a little bit of some showers for Tuesday night and again on Wednesday. But then we're turning colder at the end of the week. And for snow lovers, you may like Thursday if things pan out just right. This is what we're watching. Our models are hinting at a potential nor'easter. It's all about placement and intensity. It's still too far out, but it's just something that we're watching. Where things go right, yeah, we could be dealing with a decent amount of snowfall around here, upwards of 6 or more inches. But, you know, if it stays a little bit farther out, maybe not as intense, it may only be about an inch or two. So we'll just keep a very watchful eye on that the next couple of days. It's cold, though. We're in the 20s at the end of the week. Highs near 30 with additional snow showers this weekend.
Happening now.
Protests erupting across the country and here at home after a Minnesota woman is shot and killed by an immigration officer. We break down the fallout and the administration's reaction.
ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. You got Rachel and Kate with you on this Monday, January 12th. Thank you so much for joining us. Ryan has the morning off, so the ladies holding it down. Yeah, right?
I'm kidding. Very well deserved.
Well, how are things looking there, Miss Kate, as we head out the doors?
Very normal January.
Cold.
Yeah, cold, a little snowy in some spots. Nothing really. No outliers, I should say.
And no storm team alert. That's always nice.
No storm team alert. We do have a couple of winter weather advisories, but it's for the Tug Hill. They're like, please come back. Please bring the snow back. Those snowmobilers, I'm in a lot of those snowmobiling Facebook groups to keep an eye on conditions. Let me tell you, they are not happy with how muddy things got at the end of last week. And so today will help a little bit. I think we'll see even more help at the end of the week. But here's what's going on right now. Some light snow showers. We do have winter weather advisories for Jefferson, Lewis, and Oswego counties because that's where we are expecting a little bit more snow. Hey, you see that rainbow up in Canada? That's a faulty sensor. In Cobourg, Ontario, it thinks it's 112 degrees. So I just want to point that out. But obviously it's not. We have upper 20s to near 30 near central New York this morning. A bit breezy, so that is going to make things feel more like the 20s when you factor in that wind chill today.
Thank you, Kate. We begin with protests that have made top headlines.
Meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning to you. We're off and running to a pretty quiet start to our day. It's still a little breezy outside. We got a west-southwest wind, making it feel like 17 outside. So a chilly start to our morning, too. You certainly want to bundle up after having a bit of a January thaw last week. Certainly gave us a bit of a muddy mess out there with the rain and all the yuckiness. And then we turned colder yesterday. We ended as a little bit of snow, and we'll carry some of that over to today. Not a lot, but most of us are getting away with a dry, cloudy day today with temperatures in the 30s. However, there will be some of you dealing with that snow, mostly up in the Tug Hill. Everyone is feeling the breeze today with wind chills in the mid-20s, but it's mostly up north is where we're expecting some of that snow. We are waking up to a fresh dusting of snow for a lot of you, so a lot of secondary roads, the untreated roads, maybe a bit icy. I know my road going out of my neighborhood, it was just like a sheet of ice. We really had to take those turns really carefully. But then once you get to the main roads and highways, they're okay. But we're still dealing with some lighter snow from just outside of Pulaski, moving out towards Oneida, Rome. A little bit of snow filling in back towards the Finger Lakes and Rochester. But this is all eventually going to lift north and hang out mostly right between Watertown, Pulaski, and Loudville. Kind of right where our triple zone is, I like to call it, with the three counties kind of come together. Upwards of 3 to 6 inches by the end of the day, and then additional few inches by tomorrow morning with hardly any accumulation outside of that. So that's all the lake effect because our wind is from the west-southwest, and so that's why our lake effect is concentrated right here east of Lake Ontario. Meanwhile, we just have a cloudy, breezy day. Farther south you go, you may be able to manage to squeeze out a few breaks of blue sky. Not much, but any little bit you get today, consider it an added bonus. We'll continue this lake effect tonight through very early tomorrow morning. Our advisories expire at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And most of our day tomorrow is pretty quiet. There may even be a little bit of sunshine. Keyword little, not much, but we might see a few hints there and there. And then we have our next chance at a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, because we're around 40 degrees for highs tomorrow. So most of us are rain. It's just when you go up in elevation, you might see some of that change over to some of that snow. That will carry over into Wednesday as well. We have temperatures in the 40s Wednesday, with most of us dealing with some rain showers mixing in with some snow. But here's the deal. We got a system coming up the coast on Thursday that we're watching carefully. May have already heard some rumbles on the internet about it. It's all about how close that storm wants to go and how intense it is, and that will determine how much snow central New York can expect. It really can go either way at this point, so we're just keeping a very close eye on that. Regardless, it's going to be cold and windy at the end of the week. That we know for sure. Is just the snow. Tiny little details make a big difference, and this far out, we just have to kind of sit and wait.
All right. I know you'll be watching closely. How about this? On this day in history, legendary basketball player Dolph Shaker.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, yesterday we did manage to hit 40 degrees. It happened probably while a lot of you were sleeping. We had a cold front come through yesterday, and that knocked our temperatures down. It got colder as the day went on yesterday, and then we're keeping it seasonable. You know, average high this time of year is 32, and we're actually running a little bit above that. Many of us in the mid-30s today. However, it's not feeling like it. We got a pretty decent west-southwest wind here today, so that's going to make our feels-like temperatures, those wind chills, in the mid-20s. And that because we have that colder air, and that wind direction is very favorable for lake effect snow for the Tug Hill Plateau. So for a lot of you in Jefferson, Lewis, Oswego counties where they all come together, you're going to pick up about 3 to 6 inches of snow by the end of the day and see an additional 1 to 3 overnight. And so just a heads up there. I know the snowmobilers are saying, thank goodness. All right, overnight we got lows around 30, highs tomorrow. We do have some 40s returning though. So we got some muddiness returning tomorrow and Friday, or tomorrow and Wednesday. A little bit of rain mixing in, and then we do turn much colder. And we're looking at the possibility of some snow on Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on that.
All right, I know you will. All right, let's get to our question of the day. Legendary basketball player
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We've got a live view right now looking out over our Cap V sky, and at 9 camera kind of matched the sunrise a little bit there with our slight kind of yellowish hue. This is really cool because we have a low deck of clouds where we have the lights from the greenhouses in Madison County kind of reflecting there. So really, really cool view looking out from our zoo cam. Right now it is 29 degrees. It's a bit breezy. Got a west-southwest wind kicking in, making it feel like 17. Our air temperatures, though, we're in the mid-20s right now as we are up and out of from the New York State Mesonet Network. And our highs today running a little bit above average. Normal high this time of year is 32. We're kind of right now in our coldest point of the year in the next few weeks before we start to gain anything on our average highs. But our wind chills, though, feeling like the mid-20s. We've got a pretty decent southwest wind kicking in today, and that's what's going to cause a lot of our lake effect snow for this afternoon. So things are pretty quiet in Syracuse, but we can see this batch of snow trying to move in right now over the Finger Lakes. So quick little burst going on there. Some lighter snow showers, but starting to pick up a bit just south of Pulaski right now. That's our main band that's going to keep lifting north and just kind of take aim between Pulaski, Redfield, right in the heart of the Tug Hill near Montague. 3 to 6 inches by the end of the day. By tomorrow morning, roughly about 4, 5, 6 inches of snow right along that border there. And then nothing really happening for Syracuse and Point South other than maybe a fresh dusting. And that's about it. That's what a lot of you got last night. And then we'll just keep things just kind of cloudy, breezy. January, like there's nothing really of note for today, just a classic winter day for a lot of us in central New York. So we'll keep that up until tomorrow. Why until tomorrow? Well, we are going to warm it back up again. So our snow tapers off tomorrow morning. 40s are back tomorrow. So any dusting that you may have today, if it doesn't melt today, it certainly will by tomorrow. And by tomorrow night, we even have a little bit of rain mixing in with some higher terrain snow showers for Tuesday night. We'll be in and out of some of that again on Wednesday. It's still in the 40s on Wednesday. You may be thinking, oh my goodness, here we go again with the rain and the mud again like we were last week. Well, not as warm as last week, but yeah, we have 40s, and that's certainly going to make things really muddy and wet again. But it doesn't last because at the end of the week, it's getting cold. We have 20s, but we're also watching out for potential snow. A few things need to come together just right, but this is something that we're watching, a system coming up the coast. So it all depends on how close this wants to get to us and how intense. The closer it is, probably less snow because you have a little bit of rain mixing in. Farther east, colder, better chance of some higher totals with the snow. So that's just something we're watching very carefully because there really could be a difference like 50 miles could really make a big, big difference for us. Regardless, it's a cold end to the week. We have some snow showers in our forecast this weekend for both Saturday and on Sunday.
Okay, time to answer our question of...
I got a feeling they are going to be jam-packed tonight because not only is the discount, it goes to a great cause, but also our weather is going to be pretty nice for it this evening as well. We're looking good right now. Look at our sunrise out over the dome. Beautiful from our tower cam. 29 degrees, but it feels like 19 because it is breezy outside. We picked up a fresh dusting of snow overnight for a lot of us, and that snow is going to pick up its pace a little bit for the Tug Hill. Keeping it cloudy, breezy today, but An overall quiet January day for most of us. However, if you are east of Lake Ontario, you are going to run into some snow. We're already seeing a lake effect snow band kind of organize itself near Pulaski right now, with some more snow showers moving into the Finger Lakes. That eventually is going to get more organized and just kind of set its sights on the Tug Hill. Jefferson, Lewis, Oswego counties, we have winter weather advisories until tomorrow morning. Those spots will see upwards of 3 to 6 inches of snow by the end of the day and continuing overnight before tapering off tomorrow morning. We are looking at 40s coming back for tomorrow and Wednesday, along with that little bit of rain mixing in with some higher elevation snow. But by Thursday, we could be talking about some snow depending on how things kind of pan out here. So we'll be watching that carefully.
Okay. Don't forget to join us at 7 a.m. for the morning news on WSYR Plus. You can watch the latest news, weather, sports, and original programming there. Have a great day.